Hey everyone, Schwab is back!
Whoa!
Woo! Yeah!
We knew Charmed was back when we saw this light in the sky, like a searchlight. We tracked it down to its source. It was just Maggie doing a headstand with her legs spread.
Da-da-da! Da-da-da!
I'm in need of a guilt remover spell.
You had that one at the ready.
Yeah.
The little charmed trifecta in the middle.
She's got the Charmed logo in the searchlight from her junk.
Well, this was the season 3 premiere. You want to know what it was called, Phelan?
No, I don't.
An Inconvenient Truth.
Oh, that's a great Charmed episode. An Inconvenient Truth. Damn it.
That is it. I am getting a show that is more environmentally friendly.
Mm-hmm. Let's do it. I was really surprised. Charmed Season 3 seems like it's really, turning things around. And this show is, awesome.
It's really good.
Yeah. There's all these pregnant pauses and stuff as I'm used.
No one's going to know what we're talking about.
No.
All right, so preamble to this this podcast. So obviously there have been some changes behind the scenes for season 3 of Charmed. Mm-hmm. The last season got cut off because of COVID. They had to stop filming immediately, which is why the season finale was pretty underwhelming, didn't really wrap anything up. Mm-hmm. So the first 4 episodes of this season, I believe, are supposed to be wrapping up that story.
Supposed to be the end of the Carman saga.
The end of Carman's thrilling saga. And then after that, who knows what will happen.
Abigail will die.
Abigail will die. Well, the next episode's called Somebody's Gonna Die, so maybe...
Abigail.
I don't know, maybe when they're wrapping up the stuff from the season, and then, they'll get rid of Abigail, because they'll be like, well, we were just wrapping stuff up.
Yeah.
So, bye.
Hopefully, that'd be nice.
So yeah, I don't know. There was a controversy at the beginning of the season when they were releasing the promos. Mm-hmm. They did a poster for this season, but they were just reusing promo shots from the last season. And they had one where it was they had Macy and Mel standing next to Harry, and then Maggie was sitting down in the corner. And people didn't like that because they were like, why is Harry more important than Maggie again? And why isn't this about the sisters? So people were mad, and then they did some other posters, I think, again, with the reused promos, but they were standing this time.
It sounded like, I don't know, there wasn't really much to complain about with that. It was just the picture of her was sitting and kind of laying, and she was the one in the front, so it's I don't know, I don't think it made her less prominent.
Yeah, I think the real issue here is, and I don't want to speak for anyone of color, but this seems to be a big issue with people of color. I think the thing is, there's been a lot of stuff going on, especially the last season, with the white characters getting more prominence and shoving the women aside and the sisters aside. And so I think
we can get rid of Abigail. That might help.
That's true. But I think having Harry be standing side by side with the other sisters while Maggie's kind of off in the corner, where when Twitter crops it, she's not even in it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the problem with the Twitter crop, but if you look at the actual poster, it's not like you don't see her, because she's the one in the front.
I think it's just a combination of things. Mm-hmm. So I think that's why people interpreted it that way, and it felt kind of insulting to them. And the actresses were speaking up about it too. And I guess that's another thing, because the actresses have been suddenly silent on Twitter.
Oh.
And so, like, people have theories that, like, they've been told, like, they're like, their phones were taken away, or they were, like, told, like, they can't tweet so much. And I don't know if that has to do with, because, like, Madeleine Mantock tweets a lot about, like, criticisms of the direction the show is taken in a respectful manner, but not, you know, like, she's not really pleased with it.
Mm-hmm.
And Sarah Jeffrey's just getting into all kinds of fights with the OG Charmed ones. I don't know if that has anything to do with it also, but apparently that's the sitch going on in the Charmed fandom. But yeah, there was an episode too that aired tonight. Or it aired yesterday, but we watched it tonight.
Yeah.
Well, bye everybody.
What was I supposed to say about that?
No. Okay, let's get into it, shall we? Unless you have anything else you would like to talk about.
No, absolutely not.
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess we're kind of like Macy here. The very first things we hear is, I don't even know where to start.
Yeah.
Macy sums everything up for us. There's been like a season between... a break between seasons, and also there was the COVID interrupting the storyline too, so there's a lot of things they wanted to catch us up with. And then we see Carman doing a YouTube COVID safe video.
Yeah.
Telling people that Macy's missing or something to go find her. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Like,
he's like, I'm missing my Macy. Please bring her to me.
You'd think he would go to the police, actually, but...
Nah, he made a viral video, apparently, which is just him going, hey, someone's missing. Please bring her to me.
Maggie says it's gone viral. He put you on blast. That's not what putting someone on blast means.
No, it's not.
He put you on blast. Saying it's gone viral in a season filmed during COVID doesn't really seem in good taste either.
No, that also plays into their plan, too, to get... whatever the group is that's after them.
Yeah, right. Yeah, the potion plan.
I was thinking,
gosh,
that's a little unfortunate given what's going on right now.
Does COVID just not exist in Charm's universe?
I guess not. Unless maybe if they wrap up this current story and then they'll be like, COVID happened? I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. It kind of like it's kind of a shitty situation either way. I don't want to blame them for certain things they can't control, but there is definitely a lot of stuff that's obvious, like the pandemic's affected.
Yeah.
And like it's weird having COVID not be acknowledged. It's weird having it be acknowledged. So it's like either way.
Yeah.
It's just a weird situation.
Mm-hmm.
Maggie and Jordan have a COVID safe phone call.
Mm-hmm.
So they just talk over the phone.
He sees Swan, the most important character, who goes, oh no, I introduced Macy and Julian. And that's her bit.
Yeah.
Cool. Bye, Swan.
She goes off to eat some gushers or something.
Brody, gushers!
There's a swan man waiting at his lake. He'd like to come and meet us, but swans are fucking dicks. There's a swan man.
A lot of this takes place in the house. So in the kitchen, the sisters and Harry are talking about what they're going to do about Julian, Aunt Viv, the faction, all that. They decide they're going to give them a magic roofie potion.
There's a lot of roofying going on in this episode.
Yeah.
And soon Job found himself experiencing what on the street is referred to as a roofie circle.
This is,
Tell me roofies aren't the coolest.
Tell me roofies aren't the coolest.
That's a great Pacific Blue reference.
Right. Forgot no one else will know what we're talking about.
Yeah, no one else would understand. That's an actual line
Pacific
from that
Blue?
stupid show, just so you're in the know.
The roofie episode, the recreational roofie episode. Is this the potion they used before when, like, Maggie wanted a promotion at work? Like, she took it and then, like, she said, like, hey, I'm gonna get this job, and then she got it? Or this was just another influencer potion?
I don't know. I mean, it could have been.
It seemed to have similar effects if it's not supposed to be the exact thing.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a thing that kind of works virally, which I'm kind of wondering, like, does there a limit on how many people that affects? Because it just seems to be like, if they give this to Aunt Viv and to Julian, and the potion makes them believe magic isn't real, it will spread to the faction and the other people. Do they just mean like metaphorically, or do they mean like literally, like the potion's gonna jump from person to person?
It's supposed to affect them virally, like go around and get them all.
Oh, right. That's what the thing at the end was about.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, how would they know who that was going to affect? How many people does that affect?
I don't know. I
what
don't
if they
know
talk
what the
to one of
limit
them?
is.
That just seems like irresponsible.
Definitely, it is. Like, what if it just kept going and then it got back to them and then they don't think magic's real?
Yeah. This is stupid.
I mean, I guess maybe everyone would be happy if they all forgot magic was real. I don't know.
Yeah, and then the show would be over and it'd be great.
Yeah. That can be the series finale.
Yeah, like, what are we even doing here? Oh, well. And then they start the old guitar music from the end of the original one.
Yeah. Good thing we threw that book out.
And then, like, Alyssa Milano, Holly Marie Combs, and Rose McGowan walk in like, wow. Look, here's the top dogs again.
They walk in and then Prue's already there and like, oh, awkward.
Alright, so magic roofies. They need to catch Carman off guard.
Yeah.
So they're like, only one person can help us with Jimmy in the attic. Remember? We got him trapped up there.
Sure, absolutely, yeah.
Only one person can help us, and that's Harry's evil double.
Mm.
So Macy sees Harry and Maggie talking around a corner. Was this something that was at the end of last season? The whole, like, he's asking her to, like, rid him of his feelings for Macy?
I think so, yes.
Okay. I didn't remember this until they explained what it was later, because then I was like, what?
Yeah,
and, like, Macy...
I didn't remember for sure, but it's like, I think I sort of remember that.
Macy seems like, a jealous, paranoid bitch through this episode. Like, she's like, what are they talking about? I must know.
Yeah.
Like, she's just like, she's like, what were you and my sister talking about? You have to tell me right now.
Yeah,
you don't know. Crazy. Maybe it was something personal with Maggie. You don't even know if it had to do with you guys' shit.
Nothing's important with Maggie. Tell me.
Yeah. How close would their relationship be if immediately she's like,
yeah.
What are you doing, Harry? We get some bits with Jordan. He's in his gym alone, and his water bottle freezes because his ghost pal is showing up.
Yeah, ghost pal goes, hey, you need to do something for the B plot of this episode.
And he goes, all right, as long as you don't steal my sweat.
All right, takes his first aid kit.
Oh! Jordan Shamrock. Ah!
Where am I? Ah!
This seems kind of like a plot just to get him and Abigail to talk about shit. There's like an hourglass.
Is.
Yeah.
It's there's just to shove a B plot in here too with them. It's just like, yeah, Jordan and Abigail, why not? They can team up. And
they had nothing for them to do, so
yeah.
So there's an hourglass that the ghost has, and she says like, hey, it's gonna run out, and before it runs out, you need to save a descendant of one of the witch that your ancestors screwed. So if you save her, then that'll fill up the hourglass again, so it just counts down again. So he's just like buying some more time. I
guess so, yeah. They want to keep this crap going forever.
Yeah. Compelling stuff.
Oh boy, another ghost quest. It just seems like an annoying side quest in some game you don't really want to do. It's like, oh, the ghost is bugging me again for another side quest. I don't want to do this.
You know what I would really like? No, I don't care!
Get me 3 apples and 2 pears. Oh, why?
I will give you a single jewel that you don't want. So we got scenes with Mel and Jimmy in the attic. They've taken him out of his bottle. That, or they were just mentioning the bottle. I don't remember if he was in the bottle in the attic or just hanging out there. They have him in some, like, magic bubble or something.
Yeah, or charmed jail.
Yeah, their charmed jail. Mel is playing a, like, bad cop there.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me where Carman is! And he's like,
Carman's been driving me up the wall!
Damn it! Shines a light in his face. I can get you a lenient sentence, but you gotta work with me here, Jimmy. And he's like, oh, no. Ah!
I wouldn't know anything about Carman. I'm like, well, I don't think he's ever heard of Carman. He said it so convincingly. Let's get out of here, right, Lex?
There's a car man waiting in his car. He'd like to come and meet us, but he's just a fucking car. There's a car man waiting.
Go down that rabbit hole.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, how about this? If you don't help, we'll put you back in the bottle, idiot.
Yeah. That sounds great, actually.
Oh.
Oh,
Here's
we have
one
no
thing.
bargaining power.
Oh, shit. Here's the point in the episode where I noticed that the lighting seems a lot less shitty than last season. It seemed a little brighter than before.
Yeah, it might have.
It didn't seem like, it wasn't so, like, yellow, too. I feel like there were a lot of yellow scenes or, like, blue tinted and shit.
Yeah.
And I feel like it was, like, I wish it had a little more saturation, but that's just, like, TV in general at the moment. But I think the lighting was a little less gritty than it has been.
Yeah, that seems about right.
There might be, I feel like, maybe I'm being too optimistic here. I feel like they're trying to shift things differently. Whether it's good different or bad different, it remains to be seen. But I feel like they took some notes and they're like, all right.
I feel like this is going to be like the 87th revamp of this show.
Yeah, they definitely are like writing out things and trying to wrap up shit. And not just because they're trying to wrap up the plot, but generally like we need to like shift things.
Like this has just been so much of this show. We're just trying to quickly wrap up plots and start a new one. Then like, oh no, we're shifting direction again. Let's wrap this up quickly and go to another thing.
You know, in 2 seasons and 1 episode, they've had more revamps than the entirety of Baywatch Nights. Macy and Harry are in the kitchen. They need to get like this tongue for this potion. So Harry is like, well, we gotta go. We can get that at Ragnar Row.
Diagon Alley.
At Diagon Alley? I was thinking that too!
Yeah.
You go to Diagon Alley.
You have to say it clearly. Okay, Diagon Alley.
You need to go to Ragnar Row. And that's the magic black market, and that's where they'll find this tongue. Harry says that they can trade the necklace that Carman gave Macy. That relationship ain't going anywhere now.
Yeah. It's like, well, he might as well be of some use.
Yeah. Because money is useless, but diamonds are a gargoyle's best friend. They did have some good stupid lines in this episode.
I don't know if Goliath was into them, but I guess Thalog would like the diamonds.
Thalog was into the diamonds, for sure. Thalog was like, give me the diamonds! My gosh!
Oh my god!
Off the rails.
Yeah.
How long do you think Julian's going to stick around this season? Do you think he's going to leave after the 4 episodes are up?
Yeah.
Carman, sorry.
Yeah. I think that, if they wrap this thing up, I think he'll be gone.
Didn't I call it? When we were like, when we started, I was like, this is going to be like a 1-season character. We're going to be like, oh, remember when that happened?
Oh, yeah. I mean, definitely seemed like that. He's only in this season because they had to put the end of season 2 into season 3, so.
I'm just saying, I called it. People listening back are going to be like, whoa, she's a real Sherlock Holmes. Oh, after this, they discuss their outfit options. What are the outfits we should wear to the Magic Black Market? And Harry says, think post-apocalyptic safari?
Yeah. He also goes, it's stinky there.
Oh yeah, it's rank. And then he puts a scarf over his face like, oh, we need to cover our faces, and then they don't.
Yeah, and then they don't.
Do you think they wrote that in case they were going to film with extras and they had to wear masks?
I think that's a possibility.
Like,
I thought that was honestly the reason, but then they go to the Magic Black Market and no one's there.
No one's there and they don't cover their faces. They don't act like it smells at all.
No.
That must have been like a safety thing, like in case they need to. Like there's a reason why their faces are covered.
They might have thought they would have some extras there first. It's really sad because they go there and Macy goes, where is everyone? Harry's like, oh, they're here. We just can't see them.
Yeah, never explained why everyone's invisible. Like they're doing pretend here. We're in a production of Our Town in the opposite, like in reverse. If you stand up to them, they don't exist.
You guys are pathetic.
We can't blame them for this one, but really, like it is. It's really obvious. If they wanted to put like in some CG creatures or something, that would have been a little less pathetic. Maybe. It depends on the budget too, because if you're doing multiple CGI creatures through this whole marketplace, that's going to add up.
I suppose.
They didn't even have enough money for like sets last season, so.
I mean, I feel like we could have at least seen some people in the background or something, though, and like kept them, safe distance away from everyone.
They might have thought they could do it, and then, because I think it's been changing around what the restrictions are, and they're like, you can't have this many people in a room at all.
Mm-hmm. It could have been, yeah.
Yeah. Definitely some COVID shenanigans going on.
But it makes for a very pathetic scene regardless.
It is, yeah. They could have, I don't know. It would have been obvious this way too. It's obvious either way, but they could have had maybe some close-ups and then some other shots of some people, like 3 people in a stall or something like that. But, I mean, if you're going to get extras, that means like people that have quarantined for so long, if you're going to have them together too, and you have to do it for each person, and it just, it's complicated.
I feel like if they just quickly got through this and like they found the guy they needed to talk to rather quickly, it would have been less stupid looking.
They could have been inside like a tent somewhere, and then you hear some noises and maybe see some shadows or something, and then they look out and they're like, oh, it looks kind of sketchy out there, and then like a guy shows up in the shadows like, hey, I got what you need.
Yeah.
Maybe they could have worked around it that way.
Even if there was like you saw shadowy figures, because then you don't need to go full CGI, but you can digitally add that. And it's
they just have silhouettes like the end of like Beast Wars, where they're like
not quite that, but like you can tell people are there. It's like, but like say there's some kind of privacy thing because they don't want people to know what they're buying or whatnot.
Yeah, like some stalls where like you just see the shadows behind like some curtains or something, and they're like, you have to go in, or there's like they want to like hide their identities because this is the black market. They could have done something like that.
Kind of creepy looking shadow figures is the idea I'm thinking there.
But that would have been kind of sinister. I would have liked to see that actually. Like they don't want you to know, and you just see like spooky lantern light and
and then like once they find the guy they want to talk to, like he looks like that first and then turns normal because he's going to interact with them.
He could be like walking around, and then when they go behind something, his shadow is all creepy and gnarly and twisted, but when he walks past, he looks like a normal person.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool. We're just rewriting the show as we go.
Just trying to think of better ideas than just having an empty room.
They're invisible. They're invisible. Meanwhile, Mel and Maggie, they're both trying to make Jimmy sing like a canary. And he goes like, well, how about this? How about you let me go and fight me? Come on! And Mel almost falls for it. She's like, all right, I guess. And Maggie's like, no, idiot.
Mel is so
doing?
dumb. Like, it's so clear he's goading her, and yeah, she's about to do it.
Like, how stupid is she?
Like, and she's not even smart enough to realize that, like, after the moment, like, after Maggie pulls her out of there, and she's like, I still want to go and get him! It's like, Mel?
The hell?
Give him Mel.
She's gonna give him Mel. Oh, I did want to note when Harry and Macy go to Renero, the outfits that they discuss, the post-apocalyptic safari outfits, just brown jackets and scarves.
Yeah.
Like, kind of a letdown after, like, if I thought post-apocalyptic safari, like, it's not what I would picture.
Mm-hmm.
Macy's hair looks great, though. New hairstyle.
Post-apocalyptic, great-looking hair.
yeah, I would have liked to see some, like, crazy outfits, but it just looked like you could find them in a catalog somewhere. And this is, like, magically done outfits.
Post-apocalyptic section.
Yeah. This is, didn't Macy do this before when they went undercover at the Demon Club? Like, she did some magic spell so they would have, like, their Demon Club outfits?
Yeah, I think so.
Guess this is some disguise spell. They didn't really need this spell, to be honest. They weren't even dressed that weirdly. Like, they could have dressed in their normal clothes and it wouldn't have... Mm-hmm. What do the invisible people care? No one approaches them except one guy.
Yeah.
There's a rack of eyeballs.
Oh yeah, they're all blinking.
Yeah, and we hear Salacious Crumb laughing in the distance. Yeah, that's their scene. They're looking around the invisible black marketplace. Maggie and Mel are talking about how Jimmy won't talk, like, and then Mel wants to complain about duty. You get it, Phelan?
That's a great one.
That's so funny.
Mel's
this is new, isn't it?
Mel seems like she's on the verge of a breakdown here, and she's going into kind of Piper mode, whining about having magic in her life at all. It's like, I just wanted to have a normal life. Da, 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 da.
Oh, don't forget, they complain about dates. They complain about how they can't date.
Lots and lots of dates.
Yeah, because Maggie's like, I have problems too. There's a super hot guy out there putting out vibes, and I have to push him away.
Whoa.
Super hot guy, she has to push away.
Yeah, never thought about that. Yikes.
Yeah, major OG Charmed vibes. It makes sense that it comes up, but it's just kind of tough, some of these scenes. Mm-hmm. Got so sick of 8 seasons of normal life, dates.
Yeah. I don't need to see them complain about normal life and dates.
Maggie says that Mel needs to chill. So she grabs her, and her powers make her chill.
Yeah, so, like, Maggie's
Was this
just
something she could do before?
Yeah, she's starting to be able to do stuff like this. That's why Harry's asking her to make him not feel for Macy.
Right, okay, so she could take them away and give... She gives and takes away.
It's like Maggie's just a walking hazard to everyone, and she might accidentally do this. And, like, if she accidentally does this, it's terrible. And if she purposely does this, it's terrible, because you're just altering someone's feelings about something.
Yeah,
that's
it's only...
bottle of yikes.
it's only useful if you're using it on a demon to get away or something, like on a bad guy. But, like, this seems like something that will wear out its usefulness very quickly.
I feel like she's going to go down like some gross roads with this, like, make Jordan love her or something.
Yeah, abuse her power. Yeah, I do feel like it has the potential for that, and like they're like, why not explore it if she has the power? Yeah, why don't we not though?
Jordan will say something like, well, I gotta go, it's getting late, and then Maggie be like, what if you didn't have to go? I guess I don't have to go.
There will be a reckoning.
Stupid Maggie.
That is stupid Maggie and stupid Mel is their plot going on.
Yeah,
because Maggie
par
keeps...
for the course for them, I guess.
Yeah, Maggie keeps using her powers to try and get Mel back to normal, and then like her emotions go all over the place. Like she's like super happy, and then she wants to bake because apparently when you're happy, it makes you stupid. Mm-hmm. So she's like, I'm not gonna question Jimmy anymore. I'm just gonna bake cookies and flowers. And her acting is so bad in the happy scenes.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, like,
you can tell
I don't have anything against Melonie Diaz. That is her name, right? I feel so bad if I got her name wrong. Melonie Diaz, yeah. I don't have anything against her acting normally, but it wasn't a good acting in this scene.
Yeah, you can tell that's not her default mode at all.
No. So at the Magic Black Market, Macy asks Harry what he was talking to Maggie about. Like, tell me what you know! What was going on?
Why the hell did you do that?
But they're interrupted by a snake. The CGI snake shows up, and then Macy just grabs it, and that's the end of the snake plot, I guess. Nothing happens with that. A non-invisible seller shows up to ask them if they want to buy some witch's blood. Never explained why he's the only visible one. Why he doesn't go invisible later when it might be useful for him to.
Yeah, if they can all go invisible, he's running away from them, so yeah.
He asked them, or they ask him about the tongue, and he says, well, you gotta pay.
Yeah. What are you buying? I'll buy it at a high price.
I did kind of like this interaction. Like, Harry's like, what do you want, our souls or our bodies to use for a day? He's like, well, you're a weirdo. I just want your boots. Pretty funny.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And the Maggie and Mel thing, after she's super happy, then she makes Mel all meh, and she goes to eat chips on the couch like Lazy Leo. Mm-hmm. That one episode where he's like, where they have the like 7 deadly sins and he sloths. So he's like, nah, who cares? He like eats chips.
Now that Harry and Macy are back together, it's just them being the only useful characters. Well, Mel and Maggie are dumb and trying to clean up their own mess the whole time.
They do some stuff with Jimmy, even though Jimmy is not actually, he doesn't do the thing that they want him to help with, but they're clearing up storylines.
Yeah, but for the most part, it's Maggie drugging Mel with her magic.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if we're going to talk about that, Macy and Harry
really questionable.
Yeah. Well, Macy and Harry, like, they're just talking about relationship stuff for the most part.
But they're going out to get the potion and stuff.
Yeah, they are. I mean, they're clearing up that part of the plot, and then the other two are clearing up the Jimmy plot, and both of them were important last season, I guess.
Yeah. But they also figure out the other thing with Carman's coma sister and stuff.
I mean, what they're doing is the far more important plot.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan and Abigail. Ew. That's what I wrote.
Yeah, I don't know. This doesn't need to be there.
Jordan, I've turned around on somewhat. Abigail, no. Go away. Yeah. Jordan goes to Abigail because he thinks she can help find the ancestor or descendant witch. She's drinking alone in a Flashdance sweater in an empty apartment because her minions got COVID, so she can't have servants around now. She's like, I don't have enemies, so I don't need gods. No one's after me now.
Yeah.
Cool.
Dumb.
They bitch at each other for a bit, and Abigail says that she smashed the demon patriarchy. Cool.
Well, what do you know? It's not every day you see the stupidest thing you've ever seen.
So Jordan asks for help. Macy and Harry are with the cellar guy who's leading them somewhere. And paranoid Macy demands Harry tell her what Maggie was talking to him about.
Crazy.
I'm glad they did a flashback there, so we remembered what happened. They flashback to drunk old Celeste.
Yeah.
Telling Harry that his relationship with Macy is going to be a problem.
You guys can't have any relationships. Take it from me, the useless sack of shit who didn't do anything to help and went and fucked off.
My notes all... it skipped to the bottom. Where are we at?
We're at the bottom.
We're at the bottom.
That's the end of the episode. They flash back to Celeste and like, well, that's as low as we can go. The end.
Harry explains... Well, no, Macy figures it out. Macy figures out that he asked Maggie to get rid of his feelings for her, but this whole episode they act like they still have feelings, so...
Yeah, I guess Maggie's crap at this, which, I mean, is confirmed with the other plot in the episode. She is crap at this.
She said with the Mel stuff that it would wear off, so surely it would wear off with him too, so it was pointless.
So I guess maybe it wore off by now, I don't know.
You can't permanently do it, like... This is stupid. It was pointless.
Yep.
They see the black market demon guy is running away, or he's disappeared, and they've been duped. So while they're searching for him, they have another relationship discussion. They see him running away, and he does not go invisible for some reason.
Yeah. I was wondering about that too. It's just like, it would make the most sense if they can all go invisible here. Why wouldn't he?
What was the point of this, though?
It's also confusing too, because they say you can't use magic in this place, yet they're going invisible, which would seem to be magical, right?
Yeah, they said they couldn't. Maybe demons can, or whoever's supposed to be selling at this marketplace.
No, I think it's supposed to be like a level playing field, so they can't use magic or something. I don't know. What was the point of this whole interaction with this guy to begin with? Just to get Harry's boots? Yeah.
Like...
Yeah, this is a big guy's big scam. Get boots and run away.
Get boots and run away.
I do.
And they go chase him down, and then Macy just, like, punches him.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm not playing. And then Harry, like, she's not playing. Like, I just don't know. It was just, like, it was not really a good scam.
No.
Maggie makes Mel fine again, so she's happy again. And then, like, she's like, I gotta get you back to normal. And Mel's like, well, I got Hope. What's wrong with Hope? And that gives Maggie an idea to give Jimmy some hope.
Mm-hmm. He goes, wow, Hope, amazing.
Yeah. Like, really the only idea is just, like, be nice to him.
Yeah.
Oh, we could be nice.
Like, hey, you got screwed too by the elders. You're right. We all did. Wow.
His character seems to have such a major 180 in this episode because they're wrapping things up, like, completely different.
Mm-hmm.
It was very easy.
Yep.
With Abigail and Jordan, they go to some art gallery where an ogre is holding this witch hostage. We never see the ogre.
No.
Because that would be effects or another actor, and they can't do that. So they just find, like, a painting in a safe because someone was watching the 1990 film The Witches.
Yeah, so there's a person in the painting.
Maggie and Mel and Jimmy, they apologize to him. They're like, we're playing by the new rules now.
Well,
the new season rules. We found a new way.
A new way. A new way.
They're like, hey, we're all on the same side now. We can give you a fresh new start if you help us out, even though he's not doing anything now, right? Like, they're just releasing him. He doesn't help with the Julian stuff or give him the potion.
Yeah,
or nothing.
I don't know what he really did.
He didn't do anything. They're just like, here's the solution to our problems. Set him free.
Yeah.
And do nothing.
Like,
he didn't tell them anything.
No. This is just like they just called Julian later. So that didn't help that part of the plot at all.
No, it didn't do anything. They just go like, hey, we'll set you free if you do nothing.
Like, I think maybe he told them where that place was Julian was at. Maybe.
Oh, yeah. Oh, right, because they do tell him about, he does tell them about Rosemary. That's true. He tells them about Carman's sister.
Right.
And I think they know, he says where to find her after that. You're right.
Yeah, because that's why when they call Julian, they ask if he's with his sister. I still don't know, like, how just knowing that makes Harry be able to pinpoint Orb right to him. If they just know the area it's at. It's a big building.
Apologies to Jimmy for saying he didn't do anything. That was a brain fart there. He
like,
did, in fact,
but
give
you
them
didn't
useful
do
information.
anything, didn't I?
Didn't I? Macy and Harry have that tongue, so they're making the magic isn't real potion in the kitchen. Maggie and Mel come in and tell them about Rosemary, and they say they know where to find her. Carman's at the hospital. He gets a call from Macy, and she explains that they know everything, and then Harry shows up and nabs him. I keep writing Jimmy instead of Harry in my notes. Who can tell them apart anymore? Because they're the same guy. Does Harry care about, like, his other self just going off on his own by the end? Do they not worry about being whole anymore?
He doesn't even talk to him. I guess they couldn't get both those actors together.
It's COVID restrictions. They can't
afford
the same room.
A split screen.
Stop ganging up on me!
Carman. Carman's in a magic bubble, and he wonders if Macy cast a spell on him to make him fall for her in the first place.
Yeah, because they grab him and throw him in a bubble.
Yeah. And he's like, well, I was just trying to help people and save lives. I was just trying to do the right thing, even though a bunch of people died. It's fine. It's means to an end.
He's like, I didn't kill anyone. Macy's like, yeah, but the Dark Lighter did, and the other people you're working with did. And, oh, yeah.
Yeah, I did kind of send some thugs to do it. I guess if I didn't do it directly, I thought it didn't count.
Yeah. Well, Carman's lived long enough to see himself become the villain.
Kill the Carman! He is talking about Black Amber. Black Amber was like, they got that off of the black market, like with their dad and stuff, right? Like that was super magic thing. It didn't have to do with the tree sap, right? That was a different thing.
I think that was Black Amber.
Black Amber was the magic tree sap in
in that secret room in the bunker.
Did we see the bunker once this episode?
No, we did not.
Holy shit. That's why it felt so... It felt better to me. Didn't see that fucking bunker except for in the stupid...
Ugh. I don't think they want to go to that location at all.
Why?
Like anything to do with the actual mall area.
Oh, right, because Carman and Viv and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's why story-wise, I think also just COVID-wise, they don't want to go to that location either.
Well, yeah, I think there was a reason most of it was in the house, but
yeah,
if they could just not go back to the bunker, that would be great, because I hate the bunker.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, story-wise, it also still made sense. But I think they also just are avoiding those locations, which is why the one scene that's sort of there was Jordan and, what's her name? I already forgot her.
Swan.
Outside.
Yeah. Maybe they don't want to explain why there would be no extras too, you think?
Yeah, I think that's part of it.
Yeah. So Julian explains the Black Amber thing. Like, he's like, well, it brought my sister out of her coma temporarily, so I got to get this Black Amber. So the sisters and Harry are in the kitchen, and they're discussing this. They're like, well, Black Amber doesn't really help humans. So there seems to be something fishy going on here. Mm-hmm. So we got to get a human solution to solve a human problem. Macy and Harry orb into Rosemary's room, and Macy's going to prove that someone lied about his sister being healed by this. So she brings out that machine that was made by his company, though, right? That medical thing you put do the blood test in.
Yep.
But apparently it works, unless it's like a lie too, like a misdirect by the end, because it seems to get results.
Mm-hmm. I guess he just never thought to use his own tech on his sister.
I don't know. I guess he didn't doubt Aunt Viv. Aunt Viv steered him in the wrong direction.
I mean, I could go in there with that thing myself, but Aunt Viv said Black Amber and it's some magic dealy, and I'm like, well, I guess we better get that magic dealy.
I guess. Yeah, so they take like some blood and they're like running a test, but it moves at like the speed of dial-up. So they're like,
yeah. That's Caraman's weakness, his unbelievable gullibleness.
While they're doing this, Aunt Viv is watching. I always feel like Aunt Viv is watching me.
Oh, no.
I always feel like Aunt Viv is watching me. I always feel like Aunt Viv is watching me.
Abigail and Jordan have the magic painting, and Abigail uses some sort of magic paint on it to set the witch free.
Yeah.
And now the hourglass is like filled up again, I guess, to start over again.
And then Abigail goes, hey, I need your help with something now, Jordan. I need you to help me call someone, my sister. Oh, wow. This is a great plot, the end.
A new addition to the world's dumbest demon family? Please, add another one to the Parker fam.
I know. I hope she's like sitting around on Instagram playing a guitar.
I like when she says she needs a favor. Jordan's like, I ain't sleeping with you. Ain't happening.
He just thinks everyone wants to sleep with him.
I mean, it's Abigail, so that's a pretty good guess, though.
I suppose.
Has she given up on trying to sleep with Harry, or is that just not being addressed since they didn't have any scenes together?
I don't know.
I feel like they're gonna drop that abruptly. I don't know, because, like...
It could be, yeah.
That whole thing was just annoying and stupid.
Yeah.
Not entertaining.
I think it might be over, hopefully.
Ugh. Icky.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Macy thinks that there's a certain drug in Rosemary's system that is supposed to, like, make coma patients lucid for a little bit. Like, she says an illusion of lucidity. Apparently, you were looking this up. This is a real drug.
Zolpidem. Yeah. It apparently has, supposedly, there's been some people in vegetative states that have been awoken with it, but they don't know for sure. I guess it's questionable how much this actually works. And the people in vegetative states may have been actually just coming out of it anyway when they had this given to them. I think there's some other tests, though, exploring this, but it's not going to wake someone up and make them normal, and then they're just going to pop back into a coma after.
Do you think this was the original storyline, that some drug was being used and Aunt Vivian was like pulling the wool over his eyes, or they just wanted to wrap this up and like write some things out?
It feels like a quick fix to get rid of this story.
Yeah, I don't know if this was the original intent of...
Yeah, because like I don't feel like you film it that way where she's just completely lucid and all that, if that's the way this is supposed to be going.
I mean, TV doesn't really do accurate science or medical stuff anyway. Like, I wouldn't really... I don't think it's that, like, off-putting to me that that's not how it works, but it does feel like that wasn't the intention.
I find it really silly, though, to act like there's something that can just pop someone out of a coma briefly and then they'll fall back into it.
Yeah. Especially when there would be a magic way to do that, I would think. Just to briefly make it seem like she's awake without actually waking her up.
Mm-hmm.
If they're, like, into magic and all that, like, surely Aunt Viv would have known some way to do this.
Yeah, it's a little weird that Macy's just like, yeah, there's absolutely no way magic can help you. Like, sure. You can affect people with your magic all the time, but it can only harm you. It can't help you.
Well, I don't mean just, like, healing her. I mean, you could just, like, magically disguise someone to look like her and be like, hey, I'm cool, and then
but
to get what
Macy's
you want.
Telling Caraman at various points that magic isn't the solution to getting her out of this coma.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably something to do with personal gain or some dumb shit. That's probably why you can't do it.
Helping others is personal gain in the idiocy world.
Mel and Maggie go over to Jimmy, and they're thanking him for his help, and they trick him into taking the magic isn't real potion to wrap his story up.
Yeah, they just drug him and throw him out on a street in England somewhere.
What the fuck? That's messed up.
Yeah.
Like, they were like, they don't tell him what it is. Like, they're just like, thanks, we'll let you out of here, but you gotta drink this potion. And he's like, well, what's the potion? And then, like, they're like, oh, it's just changes how you feel about yourself. And it's like, what? First of all, why doesn't he ask what this is? Second of all, this is completely breaking his trust. They are the bad guys in this situation entirely. Yeah, it's like the Nico erasing mind story, right? He would, unless it took his powers away. This doesn't seem sustainable.
No.
I don't know if they're putting him on ice for later, or if they're just saying this is the end of it.
It seems ill thought out and dangerous.
Yeah. That was the same thing as like the Nico mind erasing situation. Like they didn't give him any agency in this situation.
Why do they keep messing with people's minds in this show and thinking that's an okay solution?
It's fucked up. Jimmy's the victim here.
Yeah, pretty
and
bad.
Like, they made this whole big deal out of like the fact that him and Harry are two sides of the same coin, and how like they're not whole apart, and how there's this huge violation that they were broken apart. Yeah. And then now what? He's just off in England somewhere with amnesia or whatever. Well, I guess he knows he's Jimmy. Yeah. He's a good man.
He's Jimmy, and he's a good man, which he passes to the cop who found him asleep on a bench that the Charmed Ones dumped him onto, I guess. Like,
yeah, I don't know. They must have added something else to his potion. Like, I don't know if it was the exact same potion, because I'm Jimmy, I'm a good man seems to be part of it. So they're like, we'll make him good if we just give him a potion saying he's good. He seemed to be turning to the good side already.
But like, so how long is that going to get passed to people? Because he passes it to the cop and he's like, yo, Jimmy, you're a good man, or something.
It seems like he could just pass that to people to get whatever he wants and just be evil, right? Like, I'm a good man, and then like, here, give me that, I'm a good man.
He's just always stuck in this one mode. I'm Jimmy, I'm a good man.
I don't know. But does Harry not care that they'll never be whole again?
I guess not. He expresses absolutely nothing about Jimmy in this episode, I think.
What? I mean, they don't give a shit. I mean,
no.
I'm all for wrapping up these stories, and I get, like, when... I don't think there's new showrunners, unless I'm confused. I don't know. Someone in the comments correct me. Are there new showrunners now, or is it the same people? But there's definitely, like, a turnaround, and I get, like... when you're in a situation where you have to turn the stories around really quickly, but you have to give it a satisfying conclusion. Like, you can't just say you wasted your time.
That's the show's motto at this point.
Every episode should end with a text that just says, you've wasted your time. No apologies.
Wait, like, stay tuned for our next story that will abruptly end for some reason.
Macy and Harry are waiting for the results of the blood test, and Macy's like, hey, wouldn't it be nice if magic could solve everyone's problems? Hint, hint! Tell me, like, what you know! Relationship talk! So they have a talk about this whole thing, and it just kind of makes the whole end of that season seem pointless. They're like, yeah, right.
Yeah.
I guess we should just talk like mature adults about this.
What a concept. Wow.
The faction dudes are on their way, so they need to leave. And Harry keeps trying to get Macy to leave, and she's like, no, science is the answer! I remembered I'm a scientist! I'm a scientist, damn it!
We're waiting for the percentage to go up!
Yeah, they definitely, this is another shift. People complained a lot about the fact that Macy didn't talk about science anymore, which was a big part of her character. She seems to be shifting in that direction a little bit more.
She's a magic scientist.
After that big build-up, they did in fact get the results. Black Amber is not the father! Yeah! So she shows the results to Carman. He believes her. Even though, like, if he thought that she was, like, a villain this whole time, she could have just, like, made up a graphic that said the name of that drug and said, hey, this is what it was. I don't know why he immediately believes her.
Yeah. Like, no, really, this came from your machine. Well, I guess I gotta believe you. It's on your phone.
Yeah. It's an image on your phone that says the name of the thing and a percentage.
Yeah.
Like, I guess.
Zolpidem, I guess so.
She's like, hey, Aunt Viv lied to you. And he's like, are we the baddies? Are we the bad guys? So I guess that's, I don't know. I think Carman will probably have a little bit more to do since Vivian's still around. But he seems to be shifted away from villain at the moment, which seems pretty light considering he is responsible for people's deaths.
He didn't do it. It's him, the I didn't do it boy.
The girls and Harry are at the table out back. Julian says he's going to help them, and Macy calls Aunt Viv Cruella de Viv. Cruella de Viv. She's a stiletto in a room full of flats. Then we get the Jimmy thrown out on a street in England scene. Just like, huh? What? They just threw him out there? Why did it make him pass out? Why would the drug make someone pass out and then they just throw him out?
Unless they hit him over the head after.
Kind of monsters are they? Holy shit.
They're terrible.
What if he wandered over and they found like Harry's old son and then he looks at him, he's like, you look like my dad. Huh?
Oops.
I'm your young dad. Here was the cliffhanger scene at the end. Aunt Viv gets some briefcase.
Dun, dun, dun. There's a blue light in it though, so it's
she gets the Pulp Fiction briefcase.
Yeah. Well, like it's like a brother to that briefcase or sister because it's got a different colored light. Right.
And she's like, ha, at last, the magic will belong to us! The end of that. Phelan, I got a fashion segment.
Fashion segment.
Fashion!
No.
I got two things. Maggie has a plaid tweed shirt with some fringe. And a pearl necklace that she wears with it. I don't like it. It looks too preppy. I don't know. And the tweed looks itchy. I don't like the material much. There's also Mel's leather dress. It's got like a brown leather dress with short sleeves. Anyway, they were more fun. I feel like the fashion was more fun than it has been. It wasn't my favorite, it wasn't the kookiest, but it feels like they were trying to put some personality into this.
Creepy and kooky. Mysterious or spooky.
They weren't the Addams Family. That's all I got for the fashion segment.
Okay. So, Allison, did you have a Margoyle?
My Margoyle, Phelan, was Mel. Because she was a big dum-dum. She was immediately going to let Jimmy out of that force field and fight him. And, like, it's so obvious he was goading her. Mm-hmm. She was just, she drank the dum-dum juice.
Yeah.
Total loser. For people who don't know, by the way, I do want to explain this before we get to your Margoyle. For people who are only listening to Charmed Hard with a Vengeance and Charmed Rewind. No one. In Charmed Rewind, we came up with a segment, Who's the Margoyle? After the original Charmed episode, Hocus Pocus. There's a demon called Margoyle in it. Total loser. He was just ridiculous. So now we have a segment, Who's the Margoyle? The standout loser of the episode. Yes.
And so Phelan, we just had a double for this one because my Margoyle was also Mel for the exact same reason.
It's Mel! Mel, you dum-dum.
What the Mel?
What the Mel? You know what? I feel like it's going to be Maggie or Jordan a lot.
Yeah. But hey, good for Mel getting in there. First time we did a Marigoyle on this one.
She gets a head start on the track, you know? Phelan, what did you think of this episode overall?
Stunning.
Wow. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, can't improve that shit.
Wow.
I don't know. It's like this show just wraps plots up so often. Like, I can't say where anything's going. So it's like there's potential for them to fix things, but there's also very likely that they won't, because they seem to not ever. I really didn't need that B plot with Jordan and Abigail in the slightest. It was pointless.
You know what? They're contractually obligated to have lines, I'm sure.
It's all came off as like, yeah, we need them in this episode. Why? I don't know. They're off having their own little fun with a painting. It's charmed reboot for you.
I thought it was better than season 2 mostly was. It was alright. I think if this had happened like after season 1 but before season 2, I wouldn't think too much of it.
Mm-hmm.
I do notice some changes. Like, they do seem to be shifting things around because of complaints. There's a lot of things they can't control because of COVID, so of course it's going to be small. But I guess that's not really that different from before, because they would just have so many scenes of just like 2 people off on their own with no one else doing nothing on their 2 sets.
Yeah. There's a lot of that. I don't know. I appreciate too, I guess, that there's no Harry and Abigail stupid scene.
Yeah, if they never go back to that would be great. I do feel like they're abandoning a lot of season 2, and that can only be good because season 2 was just a drag.
Yeah, I don't think I can judge too much on this. Like, it's not a great episode, but there's potential, but I don't think they'll reach any potential. I'm pessimistic about it at this point.
I mean, that's fair. They've burned us so many times. You can only get hurt so many times before.
Yeah. The show's million revamps.
Yeah. Because the show is getting kind of gross, to be honest. It was there was the article that Beth Elderkin had written for IO9 about how Charmed had become a show that hates itself, and it was just like, oh, let's just do the like safe space jokes and all, like they're becoming edgelord anti-SJW idiots or something, like contempt for what the show started as. And it's like they went from one spectrum to the other, and if they could just find a balance of like well done stories about woke topics, social justice and stuff like that. You can do that without just saying a bunch of buzzwords and being insulting.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't really do much of that this episode. They had the demon patriarchy thing, but they've said that before, so...
Like, if they can just have Macy and Harry too, like, I don't know, be a happy couple and not have to go on about it forever, that would be fine.
Yeah, shows seem, we talked about this before, shows seem kind of allergic to happy couples, and there's nothing wrong with that. You want to see that, and that way the tragic moments mean something.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to have it tragic all the time. Like, it's fine to have things work out, but like, give us some time to care about it.
Yeah.
We want to see what these characters are doing. It doesn't have to be all like danger and drama and tragedy all the time. Like, they can have happy or normal moments.
Yeah.
That's just part of the story.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I guess we'll see how this goes. It's probably going to be like this till the end of episode 4. And then when we get into the actual like season 3 story they want to do, we'll once again be hitting the reset button. Let's see where it goes.
Yep.
All right, Phelan. Any other thoughts?
No.
All right. Let's wrap this up. If you guys enjoyed this podcast, we'd appreciate it if you liked, subscribed, or reviewed wherever you're listening to this on. You can find us in audio form at anchor.fm under Charmed Hard with a Vengeance or Charmed Rewind. You can find us on YouTube under youtube.com/Movie Nights the Series, or Phelan stuff under youtube.com/Phelis. You can support the show on Patreon. You get access to polls or early access to videos, stuff like that, at patreon.com/Movie Nights, or Phelan stuff at patreon.com/Phelis. Thanks to Peter Hunter for editing the podcast for us, and you can find him on Twitter at PretorHunter. Phelan, what hashtags should we use?
Hashtag what the Mel?
Hashtag Cruella de Viv.
Hashtag Maggie Spotlight.
Good. All right, that's it. Charmanders, we'll see you next time. Bye!